advanced features built into everything. And here's another example of one still remaining in Hawaii, and that these are found throughout all of macro and micro Polynesia, as well as most likely Easter Island, I believe, as well. And
he's wearing a blue hat, huh?
Good show.
Nice,
and blue sneakers, sneaking the blue.
And he's got that tie-dye on. He's like a real.
He's safe from the fire, then, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
Illuminati confirms.
But yeah, they keep the native sites on Hawaii's island to like extremely secret. I was looking into it in the past. I couldn't find much information about what I was looking for. The book was only available at like 1 or 2 universities in Hawaii. Couldn't even buy it online.
They got to digitize that immediately if it didn't just get burnt before they try burning it all down. My God. That's what's so great about the internet though now and all these digital cloud archives. What are we looking at here, good ElkMan, sir?
So we're looking at a map of the Dominion of Canada, province of Ontario, published by GW and CB Colton Co. in New York. It's an atlas map, and I'll post a link to it in Rumsey in the chat. I've added stuff to the one that we're seeing now, but I'll post one in the chat if I can find y'all guys again. But just 1 second. So this map, I was just going through an app I had on my phone. It was called like Old Maps or something, of just like where I was at, and I was looking at all the old star fort locations on it, and where they were at were always pretty interesting. There's always like a 5 dotted circle, which I've overlaid with these yellow stars to make it easier to see. But I'll show y'all what they look. Oh, I got the wheelie ball.
Wheel of death.
Yeah.
So this is a old map of Ontario that you have added a whole bunch of star fort locations to?
So all I did was find, here's one of them that I haven't found. So if you see this, I don't know if you can see my mouse right here, but
yes,
right there in that section, there's a circle with 5 or 6 dots around it that I missed. So that's all I've done is I've dotted all these with stars. And then I overlaid it over a map, and I found like a ton of interesting stuff. And there's a whole shitload I've missed. Like, I don't even know if this is the most updated map. I just pulled this one up because I had it, but like they're all over the place. And like, I'm suggesting that this is kind of like similar to the maps of Ohio with all the mounds and stuff, but it doesn't say in the legend what that symbol means anywhere. I've dug and dug.
These are potential mounds of Ontario and
Michigan.
Beautiful.
But yeah, there's a ton I've missed too, but yeah, I'll share this map with y'all. But that's just like a whole bunch, and like so some of the interesting things I've found at some of these locations, I'll pull it up, are things like this.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So this research I did a long time ago, so I'm not like super close to it. but Woodbine Beach is in Ontario. And as I was doing all this, like I was just doing it on my phone, so most of these locations are on this map. You'll find some stuff I have just added in here that I was interested in at the time, but it was all stemmed from this. So I'll just like tear through this. If you want to stop and talk about anything, I've researched probably most of these places, and I have ideas of Rat Island.
Right? What is Rat Island? And what is this giant?
Yeah.
Do explain or go into some detail. Like,
yeah, so basically on every single one of those stars on that map I just showed, I knew that there was always something, but it would always take me a while to look for it. And doing that on Google Earth, that was just something I saw. Doing that on Google Earth for a long time could be like really, really like tedious. So what my original plan was is so that it would be a website. So you'd hover over every one of these stars and it would bring up a picture of like what actually is there on Google Maps, which I assume is what we're looking at.
gotcha. This is epic.
This thing is something else.
This.
Yeah, like I've got documentation on this from the city that it's in, which is Hamilton, Ontario. I've shared it before.
And is that another mound? Like, is that like a serpent and a couple of mounds? Like pyramid? What?
Yeah, and it went to court.
This is in Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah,
I might have a Starfort map from there.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just showing and telling. But some of the stuff I do know about. So the Hamilton one, right in that area, it's been to court, and they've just said since we have only found mounds in Rice Lake, they could not possibly exist here. Case closed. There's satellite photos.
They do everywhere.
Yeah, I might be able to pull it up and share it later. I have shared it before, but it's got people's names in it and stuff, so I don't like sharing it. But if you search like Hamilton, Ontario, ruins and mounds, it possibly is the first thing that shows up, and it's a PDF document from them. Yeah, this is something.
What?
So this is also a shape I noticed.
Good, ElkMan. My goodness, you're rewriting.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just showing and telling. You find these on like a lot of Indian reserves, and this shape in particular shows up all the time. It kind of looks like an eye to me. I don't know what it is, but like
potential geoglyph. Potential geoglyph.
Yeah, and this is the it's the
definitely is.
It's like a turtle.
Yeah. And if you match them up with like the native
sure. That's
the native yeah, and if you match it up with the native geoglyphs and symbols at the time, they're all the same too. Yeah.
Wow.
So this I found in an old book too. So
fascinating.
So Fort Wayne's a big one. It's a fort. I'm not sure what we're looking at here.
That looks like a potential one of the more rectangular pentagrammal star fort styles. The Citadel ones that could have been the ruins of it or the base of one.
Yeah, and we got the turtle back here. This is like a new park that's been redone, but it still is there in the middle of industrial wasteland for a reason. This is just like some random shape in the middle of a field with some red abandoned building. This is in Hamilton too. It's called
look at that shell
Devil's.
rock.
Yeah, it's at the Devil's Punch Bowl. It's called. So it's like
Of
a big
course, they
full. But
give it a demon name, right? Don't go here and explore.
yeah, but this guy Shai Zhang took a good picture that kind of makes it to me look like it's a wall here, because it's a total straight
100% like
line,
megalithic wall.
straight. And a lot of these pictures that people take of these locations get deleted from Google Earth like really quick. So thank you
That
for
looks
taking
like
pictures.
some melted brickwork down there. That's wow.
Yeah, so this was just like lining up those stars. This is the Devil's Punch Bowl.
WTF is that? Can you zoom in on that? Like, are you kidding me?
Is that a sinkhole?
Or
Claiming
quarry.
that's a
Could be a
geological
quarry.
feature.
A mine.
It's not a quarry.
It's a freaking building.
Oh, here we guys.
Devil's Punch Bowl is a 37-meter ribbon waterfall on the Niagara Escarpment in Stony Creek community of Hamilton, Ontario. It's found in the Devil's Punch Bowl conservation area. I can go on and on about this, but there's a lot. It would just be easier if you guys are interested in this to go on Google Earth and check it out yourself, because you'll notice a lot of like steps coming out of grass and stuff and a lot of straight lines. It's
hold on. So I just to grab that is a former feature of Niagara Falls that the water used to go into, and then am I correct? Or does it still have water running through it? Like, it's all part of the Niagara Falls, correct?
No, it's in Hamilton. It's in Hamilton, and it's part of the Niagara Escarpment, which is like the rocks that go from there to Niagara Falls.
So how far from the Niagara Falls is it?
Like between 200 and 300 kilometers.
Okay, all right. So
at least.
Macro. Gotcha. Completely different features, but
what is that? 150 miles?
Looks like macro-sized plumbing.
Yeah, so those lines, when water ends up doing that to rock, that means that those are like sediments, right? So, and how it's layered, you see how that is? And you got like the green, which is like a leaching mineral. Yeah. And then the red, those are all just different minerals that it's leaching in different like sediment lines. And it's so flat.
Looks huge.
You know? It's like you don't get to see a lot of like.
Sorry, I'm seeing it now. It's still pretty sus.
Yeah, yeah, how to get into that shape. They say it was from water over a long time, the official definition, but just looks weird.
It looks weird on Google Earth, I can tell you that.
But, I gotta get out of here, boys. Appreciate you all. Thanks for having me on, Bernie.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everyone.
Adios, dude.
Bro. Thanks for joining, brother.
Bye. Yeah, like when you see lines like that, that's insane. How it's just different sediment lines the whole way down.
Right, because like I was a geology major for a few years in post-secondary, but I ended up never finishing because I'd always get in fights with.
Oh, come on, guy! You didn't fucking finish.
No, I like.
You swam out there. You have to swim all the way, dude. You can't swim back.
Right, I know, but just. That's a very super sus and interesting site, that Devil's Punch Bowl, of the different layers, like you're saying, like the geological layers on it. Crazy. And
well, it's like the different colors just means that there's like it's just different things are leaching out at different like like the blue could be copper, right?
Yeah,
the blue
definitely.
Could be copper, and the orange can be like some kind of acetate of like
Whoa, what is that one?
That's more Hamilton too. So I just want to share a couple quick things, just like
please zoom in.
So this one's a spiral. I don't know where this is exactly, but it's like it's either the dot with two circles around it, or it's a spiral mound, and it's in Canada, I'm assuming. This is something I just came across. It looks like a fun camp to be at.
Oh, those are tents.
Boy
This is,
Scout, probably.
yeah, I don't remember where it is, but there's your location if you want to check it out. This was on the star map, so you got like an Indian mound here. I would say you got your octagon. You got a lot going on, and it's been flooded out.
Wow.
Now we're back in Hamilton again, right where that other stuff was. So you've got big zigzags and whatever this is. I'm just tearing through this because there's so many photos, and
yeah, they're all great, dude.
Yeah.
Every single one is like mind blowing and fascinating as
So this is the location that they were talking about in the court case. There's apparently there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist.
Is that a tunnel right there?
It's not a tunnel. It's like I can't remember what they call it, but like not a bath, but it's not a tunnel that I'm aware of. It could possibly have been an old train, something or other too. Because there was a lot of old train lines that went through here that are on the old Jesuit maps I have, but aren't on any current maps.
Yeah.
That's
we're gonna need you to bring up that J map again if possible before it's all said and done, because you are sharing telling some gold tonight, brother.
So this is in Hamilton, and this looks interesting, right? Like we've seen this before, but now it's all condos, and you can't see this on Google Earth anymore. But that's interesting, right?
They always seem to build the stairs before anything else. It's like, okay, it's a great place to put the stairs.
This shape is similar to the Coco Pelli. I can't remember what it is, but
I see it like a little baby.
Yeah,
looks like a little bear cub.
And what's important about this picture is look at its surroundings and why the fuck is that still there, yo? And like on the star map, this is the shapes you would find. You'd always find foundations, and I'll get to these other pictures, but so I was like excited. I found my star, and right beside it was the little alien baby.
It's all burned out everywhere else.
I find shit like that.
Oh, look at the
foundations all over.
Straight foundation, mining and coring it all out, but you can see that wall and the huge foundation. Wow.
And Brunt Creek there's a ton of stuff there too. If you search Brunt Creek ruins, and like, just as a guy who loves Google Earth, when you see stuff that's like orange and red like this, it's like an indicator that you should be looking there. And there's like you probably can't see it very well because this is like
I see some star pointy angles and possible. Oh, and look at that foundation down. Wow. Oh, of course it's called. Was that called Badlands?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, ancient ruins. Don't go there. It's Badlands.
But it's not a trench. Like you would think. It looks. Yeah. That's
like
squiggly line. Like
it's irrigation canal or something.
Yeah, but it hasn't been touched.
Yeah, it seems like you would just.
Yeah. There's a star point.
Yeah, just like here.
Mount Nemo.
Is that the same one?
And,
yeah.
Are we able to bring this up on Google? Actually,
it's like a lazy river.
Can you go back to that last one where the coordinates were quite?
I can bring it up on Google. I know exactly where it is. Like,
please do, because I'd like to see some measurements of like the topography of this area. This is like macro scale, freaking.
Do you want to do that right now, or do you want me to keep blowing through this and save it for another time?
No better time than now.
Let's do it right now. Let's pause the slideshow. We'll still finish the other half of the share and tell, but let's go deep into this one right now, because this is looking like next level sort of spot, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, I never get to see Canada stuff.
I know you guys.
I know it's up